3 minutes, 300 steps. So today I want to talk about SimCity 2000. That was like my favorite video game when I was a kid. It was like nothing else. You weren't playing against an enemy. You were just playing against yourself. You build up the biggest city. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. Now, my thing about that game is I never I never allowed myself to enjoy it. Everything always had to be perfect. I would measure things out. I wanted things to be ultra efficient, but I also worked started the game at the hardest mode because I wanted the satisfaction of completing it that way. And if anything went wrong, if anything didn't work out, I would quit. I'd close the game, and I'd come back later and start a new map. And that was just the trend. Even if I had put hours into that game, I would just quit and start a new map because I needed it to be perfect. And if it wasn't perfect, it wasn't worth doing. Not in my opinion. And that was something I've carried on in life. If something isn't perfect, I quit. If I miss a day walking, I won't walk anymore. If I miss a meal that's supposed to be, meeting certain macros, then my diet's over. And that is the worst way you can go through life. If you go through life trying to make everything perfect and quitting when it doesn't go perfect, you're never going to finish anything because nothing's ever going to be perfect. Nothing on this planet was done perfectly. You just have to run with the mistakes, fill them in. If a crack appears, then you keep working and you seal that crack. If you miss a day, you do it the next day. You don't just give up. If you miss an hour, you don't give up the whole day. You just make up for that hour later. But you don't have to go through life making everything perfect. I don't have that game anymore. I don't have the computer anymore. But I wish I could go back and actually play it and enjoy it. Because there were so many days just spent in my room trying to make the perfect city. And it just never happened. And I'm 45 years old. And I've been trying to make the perfect life. And over again, failing. But I'm not going to fail this time. If you want to see me on my progress, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Engagement helps. And I hope you have a great night.